In this video, I want to record and share 3 experiences that had a profound impact on me. They were not dreams nor hallucinations, but very clear manifestations. These visions arose at different times. At first, I didn't feel they were related in any way. It was only when the third vision appeared that I understood they were all connected to a senior practitioner who has been very important to me. Because of this connection, I chose to set these 3 experiences apart from many others in my practice and look at them together. To my surprise, I discovered that they each reflected something distinct: the insight into emptiness, the integration of shamatha and vipassana, and the return to the primordial mind. The first vision. That night, I closed my eyes and the scene appeared. A city, silhouetted buildings, traffic, crowds, floating against a bright, sourceless background. The city was dark, without any lights, yet its outlines were clearly visible in the light. Suddenly, the entire city quietly receded and disappeared completely. Then, a huge lotus manifested. The lotus, like the earlier city, was the same calm, dark color, not bright, but extremely clear. Standing on the lotus was a man dressed in ancient robes, quietly lowering his head, as if looking downwards. A thought flashed by. That is the Buddha. That is Vairocana's Pure Land. In that moment, I simply watched. It was only later, upon recalling it, that this manifestation gradually revealed its deeper meaning. Why did darkness appear within the light? The Buddha and the lotus were both dark, while the background was pure light. This structure of darkness within light precisely corresponded to the initial stage after I embarked on the path of practice, when I was just turning from seeking outward to looking inward. The light was the intrinsic luminosity after the outer appearances had receded. The darkness was the outline of the inner shadow first being recognized. The man was the Buddha. He did not emit light, nor did he have a halo, yet he was extremely clear. This symbolized that what I was seeing was no longer an externally projected sacred image, but the undecorated reality itself. My feeling at the time was not surprise, nor was it moving, much less any sense of specialness. It was simply an utterly peaceful presence, quiet and distinct. The second vision. This was during a chanting retreat. That night, I closed my eyes, and the scene appeared. A cluster of extremely bright and pure white light was suspended directly in front of my eyes. The light did not shine outward or point anywhere. It was self-luminous and self-purified, gentle and white, with no direction and no source. All around was darkness, but it was not oppressive. The vision unfolded inwardly. It was a lush, green mountain, like the depths of midsummer. I observed from the air, not too near, not too far. My view slowly passed through trees and clouds, leading to a cave. On either side of the entrance, blue stones were scattered in natural order. The cave was not deep, but extremely quiet, like the depths of the heart, silent yet steady. At that moment, a very clear thought arose. Yeshe Tsogyal is cultivating inside the cave. In that moment, I felt no hesitation at all. I simply, naturally understood. Such tranquility did not need me to take another step forward. So I stopped. The manifestation also stilled. Everything settled. Looking back, this scene was almost exactly the opposite of the first one. In the first vision, a dark lotus and Buddha appeared within sourceless light. In this one, a bright cluster of light rested in the center, with surrounding darkness retreating. The first vision was like manifestation within emptiness, while the second was more like luminosity within self-nature. Emptiness is the open, non-fixed nature, like a clear space that does not cling. Self-nature is the innate luminosity of awareness, arising from within, requiring no outward seeking. Darkness within light, light within darkness, they mirrored each other. They also helped me understand that whether seeing shadows or light, both are natural manifestations of awareness. This experience, it seemed, was more about learning to stop within awareness. The third vision. That evening, after finishing a phone call with a senior practitioner, I was about to go to sleep. I closed my eyes, and the vision came. On a vast, empty hillside, 2 foreign children around 5 or 6 years old, a boy and a girl, sat quietly side by side. Their backs faced me. They did not speak or move. The light, the mountain shadows, and the distant scenery all kept flowing and changing. but the two children just sat there calmly. There was no plot, no emotion, only a very clear, very quiet field of awareness. They were two, and yet as if they were one, two yet not separated, one yet not merged. This vision was also a mirror reflecting the heart. Why did foreign children appear? They were not any figures from my memories. Foreign symbolized the inner heterogeneous self, those unnamed, as yet unintegrated fragments of the psyche. When this seeing arose, I knew there was no need to define, no need to explain, only to allow them to exist. From another perspective, this vision also seemed like a doorway leading to some deeper place. Laozi Said, mysterious and again mysterious. It is the gateway to all wonders. I think those two children, that pure and quiet scene, were like a breeze before the gateway to all wonders. The door hadn't opened yet, the story hadn't begun, but I already felt that something wordless was calling me to turn back home. This was not the completion of oneness, but the beginning of no longer fighting the split. I did not need to choose sides, nor rush to integrate. I was simply, finally, allowing these two forces to coexist. Returning to oneness does not mean becoming one, but seeing that two is also no problem. I am not here to let one side prevail, nor to erase the existence of the other. I began learning to be the seer, to hold all the selves that do not need to be categorized. They did not speak, and I did not speak, but we were already quietly coexisting in the same field of awareness, respecting each other. The final reminder: you are not here to solve contradictions, but to see that contradictions have never truly existed. That vision still remains in my heart. I am not sure where it came from, nor do I know whether it will come again. But I know it was not a dream, nor imagination. It was the first breeze I could see after letting go of the self. That breeze came from the gate of returning to one. Looking back on these three experiences, I began to organize them into a clear thread. Three manifestations, three kinds of presence, like a progressively unfolding road of returning home. The first, seeing the Buddha and the lotus, the city receding, and the lotus appearing. That was the first time I truly turned inward, and first saw the clarity unclouded by thoughts. The second, seeing the cave and Yeshe Sogyal, the light arising naturally, yet stopping without entering. That was my first experience of the integration of shamatha and vipassana, neither engaging nor avoiding. The third, seeing the two children sitting silently without words, no speech, yet deeply sensing authenticity. That was my first encounter with the primordial mind, the complete self not yet defined. They were not isolated from each other, nor were they a deliberately cultivated sequence. Only in retrospect did I realize they naturally revealed a trajectory, from outward seeking to inward contemplation, from recognizing and conceptually labeling awareness to the integration of shamatha and vipassana, and from this integration to returning to the primordial mind, oneness itself. From a Buddhist perspective, this can also be seen as a kind of progression. First directly recognizing the manifestations of mind nature, then learning the integration of shamatha and vipassana, and ultimately resting in non-conceptual presence free from dualistic distinctions. They are not dreams nor subconscious projections, but manifestations of suchness itself. When closing the eyes, not explaining, not speculating on causes and effects, one finds that the true nature is not in some distant place. They simply, quietly manifest themselves to those willing to pause and honestly face their hearts. In the end, it is not about finding something, but seeing. There is no distant place to go. Everything is already on the way home.